Hey friends, and welcome to the coziest corner of the internet. My name is Kay, and this is my space. I hope everyone had a wonderful Valentine's Day, and in the spirit of togetherness, the game Blanc released yesterday on Nintendo Switch as well as on Steam, but just like many Valentine's Day days, doesn't always go as planned. Let's check it out. As mentioned, Blanc was released on Valentine's Day on the Nintendo Switch and Steam as a co-op adventure that follows the wolf cub and a fawn to help them find their way back home to their families. This game was showcased on the Nintendo Direct recently as the art style caught everyone's attention. However, the delivery was less than expected. See, we haven't had a major co-op game since It Takes Two, and even then, that game won Game of the Year. With that good of a game, the expectations for any co-op games moving forward are extremely high and have big shoes to fill. This game has so much potential, at least a lot more than I thought it would. Although the character design in a good portion of the map was breathtaking, it didn't outweigh a good majority of the game that kind of left me disappointed. For starters, this game was $14.99. for about less than 2 hours of gameplay. That's a bit pricey for a short game. The game would have made more sense if it released at $5 or even $10 at max. Especially if you're playing this online or in a long distance relationship and thought of this as a great way to bond. That's already, $30 down the drain just to play 2 hours of gameplay and really doesn't have any replayability value afterwards. The puzzles in this game were either super easy or just super confusing as far as the direction it was trying to go. As the game style is referenced, everything is in black and white. So items that need to be interacted with or to move on to the next thing, they blend in with the environment a little too well. Sometimes even the command prompts to, push an item or pull an item doesn't come up right away, and it can just kind of leave you at a standstill for a little bit. Blanc started to show oversimplification and bare bones midway through the story. There was a portion of the chapter where you were just in a void of white with a couple of lines deviating what were hills and what weren't. And even then that was confusing. As far as the camera angles go, it kind of doesn't point you in the right direction. If anything, it just kind of distorts where you are, especially in that void area, so you don't know if you're going backwards or left to right, and just made it kind of outright confusing before we eventually found which way was the correct way. So the camera naturally follows the person that is closest to the screen, so the person that's in the foreground. That can be a little tedious and annoying when that happens, as some events and some puzzles, both of you have to be working on like two separate sides of the screen. So one of you could be super far away and then the other person be super close, and the camera's just trying to snap to whoever is closest to the screen. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It clipped us out a little bit a few times, and the direction didn't work as well. I kind of wish that you were able to move the camera to however you please, at least to left or right, to have some form of control over it. Or even just like a button to just snap the camera to the other person. That would have been great too, because I kind of just had that feeling of they need control of the camera, even though it was kind of like physically impossible. At the end of the final chapter, my player 2 and I got stuck with the AI to help our friend at the end, or help our cub friend at the end to get to their family. And we ended up, trying everything, try to see if there was any prompt that we were missing, just clicking around, seeing if there was anything we were missing, but nothing was popping up. We ended up having to restart the game, booting it back up, and it restarted the chapter over. It did pop up, but it kind of did take away that experience, like, oh, we gotta restart it again, darn, and redo everything that we built up to that point. I think Blanc has a really cute vibe going for them. The music was beautiful and tied into the world really well. The art style shined through when the effort was actually there. However, my expectations were a little bit higher for this game. Unfortunately, I was left a little disappointed that there wasn't much else to do. It has great potential to be a hit, but just for me personally at this time, it did not leave me satisfied at all. I don't want to rip on this game too hard, as it did just come out yesterday, and I still want to keep an open mind, and I really want to like this game. Like I said, I feel like it has great potential, so Out of spirit of that, I give this game 3 out of 5 cozy coins. Maybe in the future, this game will grow into something better and be expanded upon, but as of now, this Valentine's Day game is a bit of a bust. If you'd like to hear more reviews on cozy games, you can check out my last video here. It's Seasons to a Letter to the Future, about a girl who is documenting everything before it's all washed away into the next era. In the meantime, stay cozy, stay warm, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!